I'm almost speechless by what happened here. Almost speechless. Speechless by what. Absolutely. I'm just, I don't even know what to even say. Um, I just felt like, I'll hop on and I'm just looking at my social media, and I don't even know. It's just crazy to me that I'm in my room right now, and originally I was gonna do something like I had a video planned, and then I hear that Charlie Kirk gets shot, and at the time I was watching a live stream of Trump, Cash Patel, Pam Bondi. Basically, they were talking about the situation going on in Chicago. So I'm like, all right. So I'm because I heard about the situation. I don't know all of the details. Apparently, he's sending the National Guard or something. So then somebody in the chat says that Charlie Kirk got shot. So, you know, I'm thinking like, all right, maybe this is like a troll or something like that. But then a few other people said it, and then so I type in, like Charlie Kirk was shot, like when and where. And then somebody said that, yeah, at some event in Utah, and people couldn't confirm whether or not where he was shot or the exact details. So then I'm eating my meal in the kitchen, and a friend of mine told me that he got shot in the neck and that he died. So I immediately go over to Megyn Kelly, because she's another conservative channel I watch on YouTube. And then she's basically saying that the reports at that time was that he was taken to some hospital in Utah, and he was in critical condition. So now I'm seeing he's now in, now he's basically, I don't even say he passed away. The man was fucking assassinated. And it angers me because I didn't know, obviously, I didn't know the man personally, but the man had his life snuffed out because he had an opinion. Think about that for a second. I know this. I know my channel is mostly video games and talking about that bullshit ass game Tekken, but this is some real shit. And then even before all of this, earlier this morning, I heard of a Ukrainian woman who got stabbed up and killed by some random dude on the fucking train, black guy that was basically, I think, schizophrenic and had 17 prior open court cases and was released 2 times. So you have 2 people, to me, that got their lives cut short, that it shouldn't, like, it angers me because life is so fucking precious. And a lot of the things we take for granted, whether we play our video games, we talk our shit online, whatever the fuck we do, we sometimes take life for granted. And this is just absolutely how I don't even know. Like, the only reason why I decided to do this live and I don't give a fuck who watches. Like, it doesn't matter to me. It's one of those moments where if you've ever, and maybe whoever can relate to this, where you could be sitting in your room or your apartment or wherever, and you just have like these thoughts that's in your mind. You're not crazy, but you're kind of just, maybe some people would say it's crazy. You're kind of voicing your thoughts aloud. And you're like, what the fuck is going on in this country? And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Let me go live. Let me say what I'm going to say. And that's just my mindset. Because like I said, originally I was going to make a video on Steve Fox for Tekken 8. And this is now the second time my whole mindset was shifted. And now we look at what's happening here. A man that was 31 years old, leaves behind children, a wife, and was killed, assassinated because he had an opinion that the fucking an extreme liberal took it upon himself to cut this man's life short. This is fucking crazy, man. Like, it really makes you think. If you have an opinion that is that dynamically opposed to somebody else, are you next? Because you don't have to be famous. There are people out there that are so fucking unhinged, so fucking out their mind, batshit crazy, that they will literally, whether it's shove you in front of a train, stab you on a fucking train, or put a bullet in you because you have a difference of goddamn opinion. There is no fucking excuse for this shit. There just isn't. There's no excuse for this. And I'm so mad at the situation. Because it's like what are we doing here in this country? I don't know. I don't fucking know. You know, when I look at that, what happened with the Ukrainian woman on the train, I was telling some of my friends, I was like, look, that chick, what happened to her, that could have easily happened to me. How many times we get on the train, we mind our own business, listen to our music, probably trying to unwind and zone out, and then some random just comes out and just juxes you up, just stabs you up. It's like, and that's not even including all the other things I'm probably not even aware that's happening. There's probably a whole bunch of other shit that's happening right now or has happened. Like, this is fucking crazy to me, bro. This is fucking crazy. So, what I saw here, conservative activist and Turning Point USA co-founder Charlie Kirk died. No, he didn't die. He basically was fucking assassinated after being shot in the neck during an event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah, some place I've never fucking heard of it in my life, on Wednesday. President Donald Trump confirmed no one understood or had the heart of the youth in the United States of America better than Charlie. He was loved and admired by all, especially me, and now he is no longer with us, Trump said about his close ally in a post on Truth Social. Live stream video of the event showed crowds of people running from the university's courtyard where Kirk, at 31, was speaking when the shooting occurred. The university said that the campus is closed and classes are canceled until further notice. Police are investigating. Leave campus immediately. Follow police instructions. Yada, yada, yada. The university had said a suspect was taken into custody as of 1:15 p.m. MT. I guess that's the time. However, Scott Trotter, a university spokesman, told the New York Times police have determined the person who was taken into custody was not the shooter. Okay. Because the thing is, I saw an old guy on his knees, like a really old white guy. And he was just basically saying, quoting like he has rights or some shit like that. So if that's who they're talking about, that was not the shooter, then I don't know what the fuck's going on. So the campus police declined to comment when reached by USA Today. FBI Director Kash Patel said law enforcement officials were closely monitoring the attack. Agents will be on the scene quickly, and the FBI stands in full support of the ongoing response and investigation. Turning Point USA, the largest conservative youth organization in the country, played a key role in driving young voter support for Trump in November. Kirk's appearance on Wednesday was the first in a planned 15-event America Comeback Tour, universities across the... This is fucking crazy, bro. This is crazy. How do you... The man, 31 years old... I turned 45, thankfully, September 6th. This is a young man, for nothing. Kirk became a national figure as a conservative influencer and as the founder of Turning Point USA, an organization that pushes for conservative politics on high school and college campuses. In 2024, he spoke at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee, where he gave a speech focusing on what Kirk says he heard from young people around the United States. He was married to Erica Kirk, an entrepreneur, and the father of 2 children. Their daughter was born in August 2022, and they basically just had a son. So the man just had a kid last year. Unfucking believable, yo. And why was he... Like I said, I think it's very important to illustrate this. And I want to share this because maybe some people who are new to my channel don't know. But early on in my channel, during the whole President Trump, or before he became president, I basically was stating that, yeah, I'm a Trump supporter. Me, red related, blood red. I am a fucking Trump supporter. And I caught so much heat for that shit. And it was fine because I'm like, what was the alternative? Dumbass fucking Joe Biden, who was basically running, he wasn't even fucking running the country. The man was in his fucking basement like Weekend at Bernie's. That motherfucker is absolute dog shit. In fact, I feel sorry for him because they put him in a position where he should have been in a nursing home enjoying the last bit of his years. And then you have stupid Kamala Harris. So during that whole thing, I'm like, well, I'm going with Trump because I'm not going for fucking cackling Kamala. So that's where this gentleman, Charlie Kirk, appeared on my radar because I had never heard of him before. And up until that point, I wasn't very political. I have a friend of mine that's very, very political. He's the one that put me on to a lot of these type of things. But once I started seeing what was going on in the country, and I knew the terms Democrat, Republican, the left and the right, but I didn't really know them the way I know them now. And, and I understand it being here in New York, a lot of like 90% of my state vote Democrat because it's just, that's all they fucking know. Cause a lot of people are sheep. They don't really fucking think for themselves. So, when I started to kind of get to know this Charlie Kirk guy, mostly through a few Instagram reels, he would have conversations with people, talking about issues that made a lot of sense to me, like all of this LGB. I just call these people the alphabet community. That's what the fuck I call these people. I don't have hate against nobody, but in my opinion, and as I've said in earlier videos on my channel, very early, these are people, in my opinion, are fucking they're mentally ill, as far as I'm concerned. They're mentally ill. I live and let live. And that's just that's where I am with that. So when I would see Charlie Kirk go to these universities and he'd sit down with these people, you see a grown ass man in a fucking woman's dress talking about, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on in this country? It's enough to make you like, this is just bizarro world. Like, and then all of this woke ideology, all this woke fuckery that's basically destroying our video games, destroying our comic books, destroying our movies, destroying our fucking schools. You got fucking children's books that's basically promoting mental illness bullshit that a man can become a woman. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, fuck out of here with that shit. So the thing that was interesting to me about Kirk was how he was able to speak to these people and have a ton of patience, because I've watched several of those videos, and I'm looking at this and I'm like, this dude is completely crazy. Not him, not Kirk, but the grown ass man in a full on dress. And I'm like, dude, what? and it's like, all he was really doing was breaking down the scientific facts of basic biology. He was basically breaking down some of the things that's happening politically. And I understand that the man may have rubbed some people the wrong way, but at the end of the day, this man should not have had his life snuffed out the way it did by this crazy fucking liberal. Because I know that's what it is. And it's very disturbing to me. It's very disturbing to me. And it makes you think like, okay, what's going to happen now? What's going to happen now? Because now I'm wondering, like, how I haven't checked yet, but I'm sure the liberal side of the media are probably going to say, like, I've started to notice when certain things happen to certain people, you have different types of media, right? And typically the liberal side or the left side that's covering it, they will probably say like, oh, he was a great person, but oh, he was shot and this, that, and the other. But it's like they don't want to just call it straight and call it for what it is. And I have a feeling that if I were to watch some of those broadcasts right now, I would probably become enraged. I would become enraged, and I'm just not about to do that. And I don't know, man. Let's go to this stupid Twitter. I'm pretty sure that's Charlie Kirk. Yeah, of course, Charlie Kirk is trending. And this is crazy. I saw this video this morning on my feed, and I think it so eloquently explains what Charlie Kirk was put on this earth to do. Let me see. I need to figure out what's going on with my, oh, I need to turn on the headset. Sorry. Because that's why it's, yeah, let me turn on the headset. I'm still figuring out certain things with OBS and all that other stuff. Because I have my audio from my headset, from this, right? And then if I want to play something like a video or something, so it should be heard right now. Let me see. Okay. I guess people can hear it in the background, I assume. Yeah, but it's just crazy, man. It's just really crazy. Respectfully, because when people stop talking, that's when violence happens. Well, it's a growing trend. Yeah, I'm finally looking at the chat, so I apologize. Everybody, yeah, just to acknowledge everybody that's in the chat right now. Yeah, this is some crazy shit. I just, just looking through so many live streams, so many things. Oh, this guy. See that? This is the guy I saw. This guy right here, this old guy. And I'm like, is this, like, I don't know if this is the actual guy. The police have determined that a person was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooting. Okay, so this guy was not the actual shooter then. Okay. So let me ask, so can you guys hear the actual clip? Because I want to make sure I have my settings at least in a decent way. Because I don't hear it, because I have my laptop on mute. I'm using the sound, I'm having the sound go through my, I'll just show you what I mean. So the sound is actually going through my headset. obviously I don't have my headset on, and I'm using my webcam as the microphone to speak into. So yeah. Okay, so I'll just okay, so I can turn it up in OBS. Let me see. Okay, I turned it up a little bit, so just kind of just figuring out the right audio levels here. So it should, so the clip should be a little louder. So that way I can go to other things, and because I'm pretty sure you know, a lot of people are weighing in on things.
Watching that video.
Let me see.
Of Charlie Kirk.
What is this guy saying? Let me put my headset on for this.
I'm not a crying man. But I just can't believe this. Yeah, I can't believe it, man. We fight so much on this app. We fight so much on this internet over just frivolous things that's so unimportant, and there are people out here trying to kill us, and we still try to kill each other. They just shot this man in front of the whole world. I can't even look at the camera, bro, because I'm gonna get too emotional about this, bro, but we just gotta stick together, man. That man is an American hero. If they can do that to him, they can do that to anyone, and they will. This is one of the most significant assassination attempts since MLK. This man changed America in ways that he never gets the credit for. I mean, we can credit us even having Gen Z, millennials, and any generation after completely to Charlie Kirk. Thanks to him. This man is an American hero and a God-fearing man. And we all might have some distant differences, but it's time to let them go. It's time to let our differences go. Because I regret for the last things that we say about each other. Not be a positivity, love, and motivating each other to be good, motivating each other to stay safe. But to play into drama, to play into beef, just for clicks, it ain't worth it, man. This is real life. This internet stuff, it ain't worth it. I'm praying for this man. I don't even know why I'm making this video. I feel so defeated. I'm just praying. I mean, I love all of y'all. We just got to stick together. We have to stick together, pray for that man family. We got to be there for him. We got to let our differences aside. We got to. God bless everyone.
Wow. And I guess this is absolutely crazy, bro. Someone who was in the debate with him at the time it happened informed me that he's not okay. Reports. So this is 3 hours ago. Like, this is crazy. This is crazy. I was basically just asking if the audio from the clip was fine, because yeah, I think my voice, I think people can hear my voice well, but if I'm playing a clip like now, I don't know if the clip is coming through well.
Oh my God. Cody, go, run, run. Oh. Counting or not counting gang violence. Oh my God. Cody, go, run, run.
Oh, okay, thanks, Pyro. That's crazy, bro.
Cody, go, run, run.
That is crazy.
Counting or not counting gang violence.
Oh my God.
Go, run, run. Counting or not counting gang violence. Oh my God.
That's crazy. That is fucking crazy, bro. This is wild. It's like it literally is one of those scenarios where if it can happen to him, it can happen to anybody, you know? And sometimes I think we probably take that for granted, some of us. And I know sometimes I do. And just seeing this is it's absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. This is ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I know that it's somewhat object of mockery to say thoughts and prayers, but thoughts and prayers for his family. They need it from all of us. And Jesse's right. If they could do this, they are capable of anything. I think that was the message. I believe that was the message. It's really hard to radicalize Republicans.
Yeah.
You know, it's like we're not the radical type. But if you thought that you were going to shut a movement down, you're going to get a rude awakening. You woke us the fuck up.
And we will.
Yeah, I know that it's somewhat object of mockery to say thoughts and prayers.
That's wild, man. Wait, what is this? It says, oh, Audrey. Yeah, this is real, bro. This is real. So Audrey here says someone filmed a person crouching on top of an opposite building. Can't know if it's true, but it's on X. This is so crazy, man. This is so crazy. So this here I'm seeing Democrats just started screaming in the House chamber when Republican Lauren Boebert requested everyone pray for Kirk. You can even hear Jasmine Crockett's ghetto screech. And hold on, let me fucking see this. Hold on.
This is a gentlelady from Colorado, Rise.
Hold on.
Let's, wait a minute. The House will be in order. The House will be in order. The House will be in order.
That's crazy.
The House will be in order. We will join prayer right after this, okay? The chair lays before the House a communication. The House will be in order. Thank you all. The House.
This is wild. This is fucking crazy. Like, I've heard of this Jasmine Crockett chick and black chick. She seems young. And it seems to me that the left, the Democrats, are trying to strap a rocket on her back because I've been seeing her appear on a lot of different like content and shit like that. I don't like her, honestly. I think she's fucking ghetto as fuck. And I'm just not a fan. I think she's just, she's not the worst, but yeah, it's just not it. It's just not it. But, you know, she's not my cup of tea. It's just crazy. It's just wild.
Dr. Phil, back with you, sadly with an update. Charlie Kirk has been pronounced dead after being shot at an event at Utah Valley University. I reported earlier that he had been struck by one shot at this event while he was taking questions from students apparently shot in the neck and taken immediately to a hospital where life.
It's just wild that you can have a difference of opinion, right? And then you have some people that would be like, all right, you know what? I don't agree with you. Like, I don't agree with you, but you know, I can agree to disagree. But then you have other people out there that are fucking batshit crazy and completely unhinged that they have to do, they got to go above and beyond to basically completely snuff you out and silence you. Like, it's just wild to me how literally the man was killed because he thought differently than somebody else. Shit is fucking crazy.
Efforts were made, but sadly, my friend and colleague, father and husband, 31-year-old Charlie Kirk, has passed away at the hands of a shooter. He has been pronounced dead in Utah. Charlie Kirk, 31 years of age, has been pronounced dead. I can barely believe I'm saying these words. If you're wondering how this happened, Charlie was reportedly doing what he does, letting people speak, letting people ask questions at this event where many were trying to keep him from coming and sharing. A report from former Representative Jason Chavetz, a Utah Republican who was on site with his family, reports that Charlie was answering a question. Second question. First question was something about religion. Second question, he said he was answering a question about transgender shooters when the single shot rang out. Chavetz said that he took the first question, and when he got to the second question, which was about 30 minutes into his presentation, I'm reading a quote now, 2:30 local time, and the question was about transgender shooters, mass killings versus people that weren't transgender. And when that happened, when that question came out, going to have the interaction, one shot, Chavez continued. I was watching Charlie. I can't say that I saw blood. I can't say that I saw him get hit, but I did see him fall immediately backward into his left. I am absolutely heartbroken. This is tragic. I can just imagine what his wife Erica and his two young children are dealing with. Charlie Kirk, conservative activist, doing what he did, has been shot and killed at a rally at Utah Valley University. God bless you, Charlie. God bless your family.
So Robert F. Kennedy, once again, a bullet has silenced the most eloquent truth teller of an era. My dear friend Charlie Kirk was our country's relentless and courageous crusader for free speech. We pray for Erica and the children. Charlie is already in paradise with the angels. We ask his prayers for our country. So who is this guy? Hassan Mafi? He says, by the way, according to Charlie Kirk's logic, his death is his own fault, not the shooter's. Okay. What the fuck? So I guess he's showing this something that Kirk put The deaths of women and children in Gaza are the fault of Hamas, not Israel, just like the deaths of Japan in World War II were the fault of Japan, not America. Oh, I see what this guy's doing. He's, yeah. Well, it has 600. Well, this one from Kirk with 650,000 views. Oh boy. I don't know what people think about this one right here. Like, I don't know. That's just crazy. There's a great evil in this world. Those celebrating the murder of Charlie Kirk because you disagree with his political views need to take a good look at yourselves. You say you're a good people, but you aren't. You are evil. Hmm. Like, I don't, I, I'm still, you know, it's fair to say, it's fair to say, if somebody may actually say this, why Red, are you so upset over what happened with this guy? You didn't know him, you're not a part of his family. I can see some random that might actually say that to me. And for those types of people, I'm upset because I look at what he was putting out. He wasn't putting out like, oh, we need to go and hunt such and such down. We need to go and put an end to this. Like, the man was just sharing his opinions on things. That's really what it was. It's just that there are people that are going to disagree. Just like if I like on a more insignificant level, if I talk about Tekken 8, right? And like I said, it's a very insignificant compared to what's happening right now. But if I'm talking about Tekken 8 and I say, oh, I don't like this about the game. Now, a person could just disagree with me and that's fine. But then you might have those people, other people that will literally, instead of just disagreeing with the point, they will attack me they'll attack my character. They'll put me down as a person. And if they know where I live, you might have some crazy fucks out come and try to take your life. And it's just, that's why it bothers me, because now it sets this precedent that if you have a difference of opinion, it's almost like you didn't have to think about this really before, but now it's like, shit, you can lose your life. You don't know what's going on. You don't know what's going on through people's heads. Just like that Ukraine woman that was on the fucking train. And I watched a video of that. She literally got on the train, minding her own business. You had the crazy guy behind her. And she had no idea what was going to happen to her. And the same thing with Kirk. He's there answering fucking questions about some fucking tranny that's mass shootings or some other thing going on. And it's like the man gets his life cut short. Just like that. Like it's 31 years old. You go to some fucking middle of nowhere in Utah, someplace nobody outside of that location even knows what the fuck place that even is. I never heard of the place. And he's gone. Just like that. Just like that. So yeah, that angers me. That bothers me a lot. That bothers me a lot. Because it could happen to anybody, and the man leaves behind, a woman and two kids. Like that's fucking crazy, bro. That's fucking wild. That's wild. Yeah, that's the thing. Right here, Alpha Fox. Charlie Kirk will never get to see his daughter grow up, and he will be without her dad, never being able to feel his embrace again. This is so heartbreaking. I'm tearing up writing this. The left needs to be held accountable. And that's another thing, right? More often, more than likely, whoever did this was on the extreme left. That's my opinion. But I just cannot see someone that was on his side, the conservative side, doing this. It's almost like some gang warfare, like the Crips versus the Bloods. Like, it's almost kind of like that in a sense. So if they find whoever did this and they're trying to, like, I'm trying to get my thoughts properly, right? Whoever took this man out, my bet is that it was a liberal on that extreme left side. That's my thoughts. That's my guess. And so I'm wondering, what are the ramifications going to be from this? Because now you're going to have people that do a lot of public speaking. They're going to have to increase their security. So, Sean, what you say, violence has been more prevalent in recent months. First, those House representatives and senators, Democrats in Minnesota, and now this. We need stricter gun laws. That will never happen in the U.S. I don't know. Like, you have people, Sean, that I've seen this argument before with gun laws and things of that nature. And I've seen people push back against that because people that already own guns, they would argue and say, we're not the ones doing all the crazy shit. And it's like, so making the gun law stricter would affect them. I mean, I'm just saying this is what I've heard. So I don't know what would be the happy medium in that, because I don't own a gun, so I can't speak to that. But I know people down south, that's big down there, over in Texas, not so much here in New York, unless you're working, you're a cop or you're like a security guard and you have a carry or a conceal license. But most gun owners that I think are like, in the South or in the Texas area, places like that. So I've seen those people would say, like, look, don't make the laws stricter because you're affecting us, because we are not the ones going out and committing these fucking atrocities. So I don't know, how would you go about making something? I don't know. I'm glad I'm not in that position to have to do that, because I honestly wouldn't know where to start, to be perfectly honest. Scrubtastic 13, what's up, man? So you own several guns. Okay. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you can weigh in on Sean's question here that he posed in the chat, because I don't know how people would, like, if you're going to try to enforce stricter gun laws, how do you balance that out to where it doesn't affect people that are not committing these crimes? I don't know how you would do it, honestly. I really don't. Because the criminals are emboldened. Criminals, by definition, don't care about laws. It'll only disarm the law-abiding. Yeah, man, I don't know how you guys would do it. I mean, I can tell you exactly how to balance Tekken 8. I can tell you guys how to get in shape and lose weight and stuff like that. Well, when it comes to gun laws, I have no idea how to even approach that conversation. I truly don't. I will admit ignorance to that. But it's just, every time I see something that is gun related, of people opening fire in a school, or, things of that nature, it's like, are these people really sane, or are these people in all cases mentally ill? So, Sean, unfortunately, people who own guns have theirs taken by a loved one and decide to do a mass at a school. It's a slippery slope, but access is too easy in some states. You know, okay. I mean, to me, that makes sense. I would say that, I mean, because I've never owned a gun, but I would imagine that the gun laws are different from state to state. I'm assuming, you know? So if you're trying to get a gun in New York, it's probably different than if you try to get a gun in Oklahoma, I guess, you know? Man was killed over having an opinion. Yeah, man. It was exactly. He was killed for having a difference of opinion. And this is just something that is just I'm gonna feel this for a while. You know, it's different when you have like a celebrity or somebody who passes away from like natural causes. You know, we understand that life, you know, we're not going to live forever, right? So we understand that, you know, like, oh, you know, so and so, you know, died from natural causes, or it sucks. But, you know, if a person was in just something other than a man that is at a rally answering people's questions and gets gunned down. There's just that narrative, that is just not the way to go, as far as I'm concerned. So, you know, so Sean and so bring up the point of the gun laws. And I do feel that is going to be, I think everybody here in the chat, I think the gun laws are going to be, I think that discussion is going to be reopened hard. And I guess, I don't know, you know, what side of the street you guys are on with that, but I think if you pay attention to the news in the coming weeks, I'm all but positive that they are going to revisit gun laws and gun ownership. And I do see that. And I don't know how that's going to play out. Another thing that I fucking can't stand, that I actually can speak on a bit, is this whole thing with the Ukrainian woman, where she's on the train and she gets stabbed up by a guy that had 17 open cases, was released into society on 2 separate occasions. I'm hearing that judge, you know, was woefully underqualified. And I'm, you know, it's like, how do you allow that to happen? You know? And so I hate to look at things super political, but I've often heard, and this is what I hear, that don't kill me on this one. I've heard that most of the poorly ran states in the country are Democratic states. That's what I've heard. Now, you guys can let me know what you guys think of that. But that's what I've heard. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it, but that's what I've been hearing. And I know, me being in New York, it is a Democratic state. And we have a fucking communist that's probably going to become our next mayor, because we have a lot of idiots here in my state that's voting for a fucking socialist. So that already has me pissed off. And then, not to mention the other things that's happening in the country. I don't even know what's happening over in Chicago. I've been hearing some shit that's going on over there. I need to kind of get up on that, but it's just wild, man. It's just wild. In fact, fuck it. Let me see since I'm already here. All right, I think I shared my screen. What is happening in Chicago? Let's see. All right, let me see what's going on here. All right. All right, what do we have here? The traveler. Okay, it can't be that. Vape sales. It has to be something else. What is the significant thing that's happening in Chicago right now? Because I've been hearing about this. Hold on. Oh, wait a second. Is it this? Let me see. It might be this. Deployment of National Guard to Chicago in question as ICE operation ramps up. Okay. So they're sending ICE to, so is that what's happening? That's wild to me. So basically, you really have people that's preventing ICE from deporting people who is here in this country illegally. That's fucking wild. That's wild. That is wild. That is wild to me. As Trump administration's immigration crackdown in Chicago ramps up, the White House has sent mixed signals over the past day about possibly sending in a National Guard. That's fucking crazy. Like, I don't like, how does that make sense? If you're here in this country illegally, like, I don't know. I just think that, I think that this world is just losing its mind. And I think this is probably the main reason why I've become very, I don't want to say I'm reclusive. I don't want to say that. I don't want to go that far and say that. But I feel like I don't go out as much. I keep to myself. I focus on this little YouTube channel here. I play my games. I work out. I go to the park, do my cardio. I live a very quiet, basic life. I live alone. I just feel like there's so much crazy bullshit that's happening in the world, in my state, in the country. It's like, I don't know. Like, you know, and like I said, seeing what happened to that Ukrainian woman on the train with her getting stabbed up, I was telling my friends, like, yo, that could have easily been me. Like, I could have got juxed up in that way without knowing what the fuck's going on. You know, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. And then now you got this Charlie Kirk situation. People, you know, some random assassinated him. I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Let me see if there's any other news here. Let me check my check this. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. In any event, I'm hoping everybody here is doing fine. I hope people are having a stress-free Wednesday and all that good stuff. Yeah. So what Mike Hollow here said. So Mike Hollow, prominent tech and content creator, sometimes you just got to look and shake your head. What are you suggesting here? That it's fake? Oh, he's responding to this. Okay, hold on. Let me read this first. So question. In the North Carolina train attack, the suspect repeatedly attacked the victim's neck directly, yet, so, and this says, yet after the attack, there were no cuts or blood on the right or left side of the victim's neck. The blood only appears on the floor where she falls out of the camera view. Why are there no wounds? So I guess that's what Mike Hollow is responding to, where he says, sometimes you just got to look and shake your head. What are you suggesting here? That it's fake? That girl died alone and confused because of that deranged man. It was motivated by race, unless you listen to the mainstream media, in which case we have to be empathetic to the guy. You, CNN, and everyone else trying to come up with nuanced think pieces for this need to jog on. Twitter brain rot on full display here. You're not asking an intelligent question. The only thing we need to know now is, what will the government and law do to punish people like this so it doesn't happen again? People should not be fearful to get on public transport. These random attacks are happening all over Europe as well. It has to stop. Oh boy, man. That's crazy. like I said, I don't know, like, what else is going to happen, you know? Like, what else is going to happen at this point? Absolutely crazy. So let's see. Conservative activist Charlie Kirk, 31, fatally shot during a speaking event at Utah Valley University in Orem, Utah on September 10th, 2025. The founder of the Turning Point USA was addressing a crowd when a gunman fired from 100 to 200 yards away, causing chaos and his immediate death. The attack has triggered bipartisan outrage, with leaders like President Donald Trump and Governor Gavin Newsom condemning the violence and calling for unity amid rising political tensions. Investigations continue with a suspect in custody as the incident underscores concerns over public safety. And I just don't, I don't know how to, I don't know how really to look at this, because at some point in time, I'm not a person that wants to say, let's go take to the streets. But, you know, people have rioted for other things. And I wonder, what is going to be the ultimate fallout for this? Like I say, as far as the Ukrainian woman that got killed on the train, I honestly, like, that wasn't widespread, like how the George Floyd situation was. Like George Floyd, that shit was everywhere, right? That shit was every fucking where. But this thing with the woman, the Ukrainian woman, she gets stabbed up on a train, and I barely heard anything about it. And then now today you have the Charlie Kirk situation, and, you know, as most of us know, yeah, Charlie Kirk is a conservative. And that war has been brewing and percolating for some time, you know, conservatives versus liberals and such and such. So I'm just wondering now, at this point, how is this whole thing gonna, like, what's going to be the fallout for this? I'm wondering that. Too Cold, bro, you can, Too Cold J, you look new to the chat. Anyway, welcome to the channel. But if you have a question, I'll try to, assuming if your question is for me, I can try to answer it. You know, if I have an answer for you, I'll give it. But yeah, it's just wild. I just don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Like, I'm still, judging by how I'm speaking right now, I'm still trying to process this. Like, I get, like, what ended up happening, but I have so many thoughts going through my mind. It's hard for me to pluck one out, because I have, yeah, there's just a lot going in my mind right now. Yeah. I mean, well, Jay, if you have a question, just put it in the chat. If I can answer it, I'll answer it. Or somebody in the chat could probably answer it too. You know, this is like really crazy. Do you have to go to church to be considered to have a connection with God than just reading the Bible at home? Well, I'll be honest. I'm not exactly the most religious person on earth. I don't go to church. I choose to believe in a higher power. Like I choose to believe in a creator. It's my belief that nobody living knows for sure what, you know, some people say it's God, some say Allah, some say Yahweh, some say Yeshua. There's so many different names that people attribute the maker under. There's too many different opinions between Islam, Christianity, the Judaism. I try not to get mixed up in this because there's just too many differing opinions. I just go as far as say, I choose to believe in a creator. I choose to believe that there is some sort of spirit, some entity somewhere that is beyond my understanding that created us. That's pretty much as far as I go. Because to believe in one thing, you know, you have a whole bunch of people that will say, well, it didn't happen that way, it happened this way. And I just don't feel like partaking in any of that, to be perfectly honest. I really don't. I really just don't. Like, I just try not to get into it. Because, you know what, on a funny, you know, on a silly level, imagine when I die and I go and reach the pearly gates and I see my creator, and the creator will tell me, not for nothing, but all of you humans had it wrong the whole time. Like, can you imagine? You know, can you imagine how silly that would be? That we just, you know, a lot of what we assume is just wrong. So I feel like the safe bet for me is I choose to believe in a higher power, and I have my own relationship with that entity. I don't put down nobody's religion. Like my sister, she's a born again Christian. I have my thoughts on that, but I don't put that down. I don't belittle that. You know, I feel like whatever you need to believe in to get you through your day and your life, I think that's all that matters. Just do you. You know what I'm saying? It's like what I say whenever I'm talking, or should I say ranting about Tekken 8. And I'll say that this game has some character balance issues, has some gameplay mechanic issues, but somebody else will say, oh, this game is the greatest game ever created. All I can do is list my talking points, but I can't just forcibly make somebody believe that my way is the right way. Does that make sense? You know, so I can't do that, and I'm not going to waste my energy on that. So that's just kind of how I see it. Gaming is the new religion. Well, I would tell you this much. Gaming and fitness are like they're two of my passions. And this is why my YouTube channel is based on it. But, you know, as a content creator, when stuff like this happens, like assassinations like this happens, it's hard for me to not say nothing about it. It's hard for me to just sit on the sideline and just, okay, I'm going to upload my next Tekken video today. Like, I don't give a fuck about Tekken right now. Like, a man's life got snuffed out because of a difference of opinion. Like, that's really what it was. The fact that, like, I understand this might be, and this is not to be, what's the word I'm looking for? I can't think of the fucking word right now, but I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I think we can all agree that if this man's opinion didn't upset people or the unhinged the way it did, the man would still be alive. And it's just sad that this is how he's taken out. And I can't even imagine what the wife, I mean, the kids are very young, but what the wife is actually going through, like, that's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Yeah, it's wild. Absolutely wild. I gotta I think I heard a beep on my headset, so I gotta like I gotta change my power cord real quick. Let me move this over here. I don't want my camera. Change this. Let me swap this out. Right, let's see. Think I think I'm still live, but yeah, hold on. I think it fucked up. At least I think so. Hold on for a second. All right. Let's go back to OBS. I think I'm still streaming, but I think the webcam fucked up. So let me reset this. Let me deactivate this. I think it should. Oh, okay. All right, cool. It should be fine now. So let me put the wire, because I think that's what happened. I think my, okay. Hold on for a second. Is it on? Okay. I think it's on. All right. Yeah. Okay. So, all right. Oh boy. So basically read the New Testament if possible. It's much more digestible. You read the Bible. The good always seem to, yeah, that's crazy. You know, it's yeah, Kirk is with the Lord now. The Lord laughs at the wicked. They will fall on their own swords, and their bows will be broken. Hello, Luke. What's up, man? And yeah, I just, I'm hoping everybody in the chat is fine. I'm hoping you guys are, having a good Wednesday, all things considered. Yeah, it's just, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen after this. Yeah, you can see here. But yeah, you know what? I also want to say, like, when Trump was running, now I'm not the biggest fan of Trump either. I understand the man was accused of a few things. I'm well aware. But when I looked at what was going, because the thing, when he was in office, what was it? No, what year was it? Well, anyway, I can't even think right now. I can't even think about those particulars. But before his first term, I can remember the country it was not perfect, but it was okay. It wasn't like, oh my God, it was awful. And then once Biden came in with cackling Kamala, and then it's like over the years, like the country just started going crazy. They basically opened the fucking borders. And then again, like I said earlier in the stream, that's when I started to hear about Charlie Kirk, when he was he was a young guy that was throwing a lot of support behind Trump. And, especially when it wasn't cool to do so. And so for me, my very first time voting ever in my life, I voted for Trump. And because I looked at who was left, like, who else am I going to vote for? I'm going to vote for Biden again? Fuck out of here. I'm going to vote for Kamala Harris? No. And then when they swapped out Biden for Harris, which was something I don't even think was even legal for them to do, and then she picks a running mate, some fucking weirdo from Minnesota that believes putting tampons in a boy's bathroom. I'm just like, what? So I just couldn't get behind that. So that's really how, for me, how Charlie Kirk got on my radar, was the whole Trump situation, and Kirk making the rounds, going to different places, and speaking at different events, and just calling out the nonsense, but at the same time being pretty respectful about it. And to see this happen to him, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I don't know, man. Yeah, one look at Tim Walz, I knew he never stepped foot in the White House. Yeah, it's like, you know, I try to say, oh, hello, little Lulu. You say, I still can't believe it. I didn't agree with him as much, but this is just some dark times. And that's just it. I think what little Lulu said here in the chat, I think it's important on so many levels that you don't have to agree with somebody. In fact, I don't believe that you can agree with somebody 100% of the time. There's going to be some kind of a disagreement. But under no circumstance should a disagreement lead to that person's life being taken. I think we can all agree to that. Like, we may disagree on politics, we might disagree on other things, but I would like to believe that most people would agree and say, look, even if I disagree with you, I'm not going to just take your life for it. Like, but unfortunately, this is what happened with Kirk. Some extreme leftist, more than likely, I can't confirm, but that's what I'm thinking, just decided to snuff his life, and it's absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And you know, with the Tim Walz, yeah, like, I see, the thing is, I have very, I'll tell you guys a small little story, right? It's not really a long story, but before I got monetized on this channel, very early on, I had a few videos where I was a little bit critical of the alphabet community, you know, the gays, the trannies, and the rest of those folk, you know, and I would say that I have nothing against them personally. You know, I'm all for people, you know, having their opportunities, living their life. It's your life. You live it how you wish. The issue that I started to have, and I see many people are saying or echoing the same sentiments, is this need for some of them, not all, but some of them, to push their woke and gay ideology on the rest of us. Like, we have to partake in your psychosis. If you want to believe that you're a man, but you want to believe that you're a woman, that's your business. But don't expect me to participate in your fuckery. I'm not going to call you she when I can see that you're a grown-ass man. That's where I'm at. And then when it comes, especially as a gamer, you know what I'm saying? And I understand this is very controversial. But as a gamer, I've left, and this was long before many of you subscribed to the channel, I would say, except that for my day zeros and my day ones, I have videos where I'm talking about DEI. I'm talking about ESG, talking about the alphabet community, especially as it pertains to gaming, because obviously I'm a gamer and this is primarily a gaming channel. And I'm like, look, if these guys want to make a video game promoting their lifestyle, then why don't they just make their own game for their own audience? And so during the time when Dragon Age the Veilguard came out, I'm a huge Dragon Age fan. And you had a fucking tranny that was leading, or excuse me, trans. To me, it's all the same fucking shit, honestly. So you have that a man masquerading as a woman as the lead director of the studio of the project. And if you are a gamer, you know exactly what happened to Dragon Age the Veilguard. The fucking game flopped. The franchise lies in ruin. And what ended up happening to that dude that led BioWare with this flop? Apparently, he quit BioWare a few months after the game's release and went to another company. I think it was Wizards of the Coast or something, and he's over there spewing his fucking bullshit over there. And that's what angers me. It's the fact that these people, they come into gaming, and it's not just gaming, it could be shows, movies. They're infiltrating our schools as well, affecting our fucking children. Like, this is a widespread agenda. And so, again, to kind of tie this back to Charlie Kirk a little bit, when I saw him as a young man, because he's younger than me, I'm 45 now, he's what, 31? Well, at least at the time, he was in his 20s, maybe late 20s. And him speaking out on these things, you know, I immediately gravitated to him because I'm like, here's a guy that has a pretty sizable following that is saying the exact same shit, or maybe not the exact same way as I would, but he believes similarly to me. And that was another reason why I was kind of following him. I think I subscribed to his YouTube channel. I was following him on Instagram. And, you know, it's like, look, if you want to live your life however way you want to live it, that's on you. There's nothing wrong with that. But it is what it is. But don't try to force your ideology, your political nonsense onto the rest of us. Like, as gamers, we just want a fucking game where we can, you know, enjoy our story, maybe even shut our brain off and just enjoy the game. I would venture to say that we don't want to be lectured on pronouns. We don't want to be told that this is body type A and this is body type B. No, motherfucker, this is a man and this is a female. Like, I'm just so sick of this bullshit that's being pushed in this country. And so earlier on my path to try to get monetized, out of fear that YouTube would deny me, I unlisted so many of those videos because I wasn't sure if YouTube would monetize me because of those prior videos I left. So it's just funny that the minute I unlisted them, I got the email from YouTube saying that my channel is monetized. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it, or maybe it was just coincidence. You know, because it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. But yeah, I've got big question for you. Kids are having to go through metal detectors nowadays. What is it? Let me see. I just realized there's 2 J's in here. Let me see. Not from the USA, but could someone tell me the difference between Charlie Kirk and Ben Shapiro? They're similar. They have similar views, but they're not exactly the same. I know Ben Shapiro, I've heard of Ben more. So Ben is very pro-life. He is Jewish. He is, in fact, there was actually something I watched on YouTube, I believe. Maybe I can kind of pull it up here. I'm trying to think, was it YouTube or an Instagram thing I saw? And Shapiro was, gosh, let me see. Maybe I can find this. Hold up. I mean, you guys are here, you know, y'all rocking out with me. Let me see here. Hold on. I think I might be able to find, because I think it might be in my YouTube history, because I think it was something I was watching on YouTube. Let me see. Who is this guy? No glitching? Is this channel about news or tech? And stop going off topic. What a scrub. Don't care. Get good, noob. I can coach you to get good. Well, okay. So chat. So I want you to look at this guy. This guy, no glitching. This is what he calls himself. So this is what I'm talking about when you have trolls or no counts to society that go onto your channel just to talk shit. So people like that, those are the people that I like, if they were to stop breathing tomorrow, I would not care. So that's how I look at it. But anyway, let me continue doing what I was doing. Let's see, because I think I have, let me see. Because I think it was something I was watching about, yeah, we're going through all my YouTube history here. You're seeing all the shit I'll be watching. I don't know if it was something on YouTube I was watching. Let me see. Let's see. It might have been something on it might have been something I was watching on Instagram, because I don't know. I'm here on Saturday. Because it was something that Ben Shapiro, he appeared at like some sort of like government, like he had to appear in Congress or something, and they were asking him about something. It's not when he was on Stephen A. Smith. It's not this. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think. Yeah, I'm kind of going a little bit too far back. So, yeah. All right, I can't really find it, but yeah. Let me see. Yeah, they definitely made him a martyr, 100%. I've watched Steven Crowder. For me, I'm like, I don't know, man. Sometimes I feel some guys, they go to these events, and I just feel like sometimes they do a little bit too much. But, you know, it is what it is. Who is this guy? I just always see you complain, never see you play, always yap, no tech and no. Okay, that's fine. So, Mr. No Glitching, you know, I guess, you know what? This is what I'll say to you. Obviously, you don't like my channel. So I think so chat, don't you think the most logical thing for this guy to do is just to stop watching my channel? I think so. So, you know, but he's probably a player that nobody knows him outside of his home state. Nobody, if this guy has any friends, probably nobody else knows of his existence. And I'm pretty sure he hasn't done a fucking thing in the entire Tekken community. I'm pretty sure nobody in the Tekken community even knows his name. I'm pretty sure he has absolutely no presence on social media. He has no matches on YouTube that we can actually go and research. So this guy is just a no count. So, you know, it is what it is. Let's see. So let's look at Mr. Glitching, and basically, we will just, yeah, there we go. So anyway, yeah, Audrey, yeah, he was getting my attention a bit. Sometimes I do feed the trolls here and there. Sometimes I do feed them. Let me see. Let's see here. Jay, will you read my question far back about the world and evil? Let's see. Will I? How far back is this? Okay, I see Audrey says no one is exactly the same. No two people. Yeah, I agree with you on that. Okay, I see he says please read my previous question. I guess this is the question. Is it really just how bad this is? Wait, is it really just how bad this has gotten from how much evil has filled the world? So we SS people has to upgrade our security? Well, I don't really know how to answer that, but I think you have a lot of people that it's like that idiot that the guy that was talking shit just now. You have people that all they want to do is cause discord. All they want to fucking do is they want to make other people's lives miserable. You have, as hard as that is to believe, there are people that wake up and the first thought in their mind is, who can I fuck with today? Whose life can I end? Whose life can I make more difficult? Who can I troll today? There are people out there whose sole function is to do that. And not in all cases can you easily spot them. Sometimes they're very sneaky with their shit. Others are very obvious. But the best you can try to do is just worry about yourself, your own family, and try to navigate it as best as you can. If you're a public figure and you have a very large following and you are doing speaking engagements like, Crowder, Shapiro, Charlie Kirk, may her rest his soul, Candace Owens, and all these other people that go and speak to large amounts of people, giving opinions that may rub other people the wrong way. It's unfortunate, but we're in a world now where you have people that will be like, you know what? This person is going to be at this location or at this date and at this time. I'm going to go there and do X, Y, and Z. There are people that do that. And it's fucked up. And it's just, there's really not much you can do about it other than try to safeguard yourself as best as you can. But I don't know if there's a solution to it. I honestly don't. I don't know. I don't know if there's really something definitive. Like you can't, like we can't snap our fingers like Thanos and eliminate all these types of people. Believe me, I wish I could. I wish I could, but we can't. And the best thing that we could do is just try to live our lives as best as we can. Whether you're religious or whatever you believe in, whatever gets you through your day, just focus on that, keep that close to you, and just do the best you can. That's it. That's the only thing I could think of, honestly.